system, right? Anyone feels that the e-proctoring system helps out them? Anyone? No, it is because everybody is a genius and we have different abilities, we have different strengths. Some of us, we have powerful memories. We can memorize all the words in just a few seconds. So the people with good memory definitely will benefit from this e-proctoring exam. How about people with bad memory? Well, they can't really remember anything, right? How about people who can complete an assignment, who are very meticulous? Will they benefit from this e-proctoring exam? No, it is because this e-proctoring exam focuses on your memory, not your other skills, right? So it is the same case. The people with other skills are like a fish, right? And if you judge the fish to go and attend the e-proctoring exam, what is the outcome? FAILED, right? So don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth. I'm also a very loud speaker on this proctoring exam, and I really don't like it as well. Thank you, Kenneth, for preaching what we all think as UM students. All right, so now let me go on to the next speaker. Does anyone else want to volunteer? This is a great chance for you to not only try out your skills as an impromptu speaker, but also to win cash prizes. So do please go ahead and volunteer.
One, I would love to.
All right, Lukman, great. Lukman, thank you for volunteering. Are you ready? I'll give you your prompt right now. All right.
Yes.
Your prompt is, would you prefer MCO or no MCO in these trying times, I guess?
You know?
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay, can I start now?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We all heard the story of Benny Chia, right? How, you know, his name is being thrown around over and over again about his her hardship, this and that. But if we look into the details of this problem, if we look into the MCO, do you know that how many people in Malaysia cannot eat in a day just because they don't have a job? And do you know how many students cannot go to school, cannot afford to go to school virtually because they don't have a gadget? So MCO is a very tough time for everyone. And we really need to acknowledge that. But we need to think whether the MCO is necessary or not. Just because we don't want to so-called, just because we don't want to contain the, we want to contain the pandemic, that doesn't mean that we should let people dying from other causes. For instance, we take a look. Right now, we want to have MCO, for instance, right? The main reason we want to have the MCO is because we don't want the virus to be spread around. But the main problem with that is people are also dying, but not because of the virus. But why? They are dying because of other things, poverty. And poverty is the main problem. And other things that they cannot eat, and so on and so forth. So the government has a very, very big task in having to decide whether MCO or no MCO is important. But if you were ask me, I believe that we need to find a way in the middle. We need to find the middle ground in which we should have a targeted MCO that is very effective in containing the pandemic at the place where it should really be at. So with that, I raise my case. Thank you.
One, I think you're muted.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me now? All right. Sorry. I just wanted to ask Lukman a question. Are you interested in being a politician or like a prime minister? I think you'd be great at that. You have all the skills and like the way of speaking of being one. That's great.
It's okay. I'll just be my mama boy.
Thank you, Lukman. All right, thank you, Lukman, for your table topic speech. Do you have any other volunteers to test out your skills as impromptu speakers?
Yes, I would like to try.
Oh yes, Veman, I believe Veman. All right, Veman, thank you for trying. Let me give you your prompt right now. Your prompt is, what is one piece of advice that you want to tell your younger self? What is one piece of advice that you want to tell your younger self? Take your time.
What is the one piece of advice I would like to tell the younger self of me if I could start over during my young age? I would like to say, enjoy the life to the fullness when we were young. That is a time for us to enjoy our life to the fullness without bothering anything. We just need to enjoy what we have during that moment. Because once we enter the adult age, there are many things will be coming around. Our shoulder will be heavier day by day. As for such, working, studying, enjoy the way to look for monies and so on. That is the things where as an adulthood that will be doing and carrying their burden every day. As during the young age, we don't have anything in our life. All we need to do is enjoy the life to the fullness every day, watch the televisions, play the games, or play with the families and so on. That is the life for the younger age of ourselves. As we enter the adult, things will change and our life will change after that. Hence, the advice I would like to give for a young age is to enjoy our life to the fullest, despite during this period or so, because there is a time where they can enjoy their life with the family. And back to you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for talking about how we should enjoy our lives as our younger self. Thank you. That was very, very motivational of you. All right, now let's move on to the next speaker. Does anyone want to volunteer? I mean, any volunteers in the chat? You can maybe raise your hand up, or you can unmute your mic. All right, seeing none, let me call out some names.
I saw LY unmute.
Oh, sorry?
I saw LY unmute there.
Oh, LY? Would you like to give it a try, LY? LY? Hello, LY? All right, seeing that he's unresponsive, I'll give it one more try. LY, are you there? He's not responsive. Let me call out some other names, maybe. Resmi, are you there? Resmi. Oh, Resmi, Vijay. Sorry, all right, Resmi, you are there. Okay, so would you like to give it a try?
Okay.
All right, so your prompt is, what is the strangest thing you've ever done in someone else's home? Whenever you're ready.
Sorry, I'm not getting anything.
Take your time. Maybe you could talk about, let's say, just like experiences that maybe your friends have had. Maybe you can share about an experience that you had in someone else's home, maybe during a kanduri or whatever.
Yeah, I will share. Okay, thank you. It's, it's 10 years ago. I don't know anything about my cooking. I was in my friend's house, and there was me and my friend and I only in my earlier at their house. Then anyway, we have to do something for eating. Then I tried an Indian breakfast. Actually, I didn't know anything about cooking. Then I told my friend, okay, anyway, we had to make something for cooking. Then we started to make some Indian breakfast. Actually, this somehow it came out, but we started to eat that time. One of her uncle came. Then we have to share with him also. We have no other choice to order food from outside. Then we gave the food to him. Then we three of them had food. After that, we told first time we cooked this food like that. Then he appreciated, oh, very nice food like that. After that, we both of them had food. Then really we realized we didn't put any salt in that food. Actually, that food was not that much taste. Not that taste was very bad also. But I got some good positive feedback. Because of that, then I decided, okay, I want to try food next time better. Then after that, I never forgot to add salt in any of the food while I'm cooking. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Resmi, for trying. That was a great try. I really loved your cooking story and how you should put more salt in your food next time. All right, so let's go on to the next speaker. Oh, Benjamin would like to nominate Lok, the PKUM president. Lok, are you there?
Yeah, yes.
All right, Lok, can you use your camera, or is that not available?
It's not currently available.
All right, that's fine then. Just use your microphone then.
Yeah, my.
All right, all the best, Luke. Your prompt, are you ready to receive your prompt?
Yes.
All right, great. So your prompt is, would you prefer to work from home or study at home or study on campus or in an office?
If it is for my situation, my current situation, because I was this president of this engineering society, University of Malaya, I would say that I would prefer working from home instead of attending the physical class in the Faculty of Engineering, University of Malaya. And this is because why? Because it is much more flexible, I can say, because honestly speaking, I have a lot of meetings like just for an examples for today is I have 3 meetings to attend, even if it's in the weekend. So even if I would be in the physically, which would be in the Faculty of Engineering, I would be like running here, running there, meeting the dean, meeting the Faculty of Management, meeting the students. It would be much really exhausted for me. So in my conclusion, I would really prefer work from home because it is much more flexible for me. I can get much more rest. I can do what I want because I've always wanted to live my own life without really much more restrictions. And I also would like to spend more time with my family. Yeah. So my conclusion would be, instead of working in an office, I would be preferring work from home for my current situation. Yeah, that's all from me.
Sure. Thank you, Luke. Very interesting opinion that you have there. All right, so let's move on to the next speaker. Next volunteer is Thinaraj in the chat. Is Thinaraj available?
Yes, I'm available.
Oh, Thinaraj, okay, thank you. So are you ready to receive your prompt?
Yep.
All right, your prompt or your topic to impromptu speak today is a quote that says, "Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger."
Okay. Give me some time, a little. Okay. So whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like, we will face many hardship, difficult times in our lives, but we didn't die. So, but that hardships and difficulties that we had gone through just makes our life more stronger. Like, I am currently pursuing networking studies in the Faculty of Computer Science in UM. So I'm taking Java, Fundamental of Programming. So it was my first time taking programming. Initially, it was really hard. Like, I don't know anything. And like at a point, I felt that Java is literally killing me. Like my friends and the others were able to do their tutorials, labs, and assignments very well, but I wasn't available, and I scored very low marks for my lab tests and so on. But it didn't kill me. It just made my time hard. But I just became stronger. I started to do research in Google's. I started to learn from YouTube and stuff. And like, I just became stronger day by day. I can see myself that I started to improve. Like, for the first lab test, I literally get 0. But for the next lab test, I was able to get like 3, 2, like that. It was keep interesting. It was keep increasing, and I was getting stronger and stronger. And finally, in my final exam, I was able to get at least a B in my Java. So what I would like to say is, whatever that doesn't kill us just makes us more stronger in our life. We don't have to give up for something. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhinaraj. Great try. I really loved that you motivated us to through our daily struggles to work on and keep on working hard. That was the sixth speaker. Take note as the evaluated, the sixth speaker that was. All right, so now let's move on to any other volunteers that are in the chat. I think, let me pick out the name. Davina Ann, are you there, Davina Ann?
Yeah.
All right, Davina Ann, thank you, great. Are you ready to receive your topic or your impromptu speech for today?
Yes. But before that, can you guys see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay.
I can see you perfectly, Davina. Thank you. All right, so now let's move. Your topic, Davina, is, would you prefer being a superhero or a super villain? Would you prefer being a superhero or a super villain? All right, Davina, take your time.
Sorry, just give me about 30 seconds.
That is fine. Some Toastmasters actually take a lot longer time to like think about it. Like you want to organize stuff. It's fine.
For every superhero story, there is always a supervillain involved. Now, if you ask me personally, would I prefer being a superhero or a supervillain? The most common answer you would get from everyone is to be the superhero. But in my version of the story, in my head, I would much rather be the supervillain. And here's why. I believe that because every story has an arcing character of being the superhero, of being the savior, of being the one that rescues the whole city and gets the girl. But nobody talks about the supervillain enough. Nobody thinks about the supervillain in a way where we empathize with a character or we empathize with the villain. So for me personally, I would prefer to be the supervillain. I would prefer to be the supervillain because I would be able to get inside the mind of a supervillain and rationalize their thoughts. I would be able to think about why they do the things they do, what are the causes behind the things they do, and sort of why the backstory of a supervillain. I would be able to understand their childhood, their experiences, their hardships. And that is why I would be a supervillain. Superheroes will always have the story. They will always be the person that is shown as the greatest. But nobody thinks about the supervillain. And that is why I want to be the supervillain. So I'm able to put myself in that shoe, in that position, and think about this person. People like the Joker, nobody thinks about them, but people like this have a story. They have hardships, they have mental illnesses. Supervillains highlight a lot of these issues, and a lot of issues that superheroes don't necessarily bring forth when they are shown in TV and in movies and in books and in films. And that is why I would definitely prefer to be the supervillain. Thank you.
Thank you, Divina. Great try. Very unconventional answer, but I respect that. A lot of people ask, who is the supervillain? But nobody asks, how is the supervillain? Nobody asks on their emotions, their mental state. That's a very good answer, Divina. Now, let's see. Any other volunteers? Does anyone else would like to volunteer? You can unmute your mic or maybe tell me in the chat. Or raise your hand if you want to. All right, seeing none, let me call out some names. Sofina, are you there, Sofina? Sofina, are you there? Oh, Sofina, all right, you're great. There. Sofina Najib, would you like to give it a try, Sofina?
Yes.
All right, so are you ready to receive your table topics?
Yeah.
All right, your table topic speech, Sofina, is imagine you can communicate with aliens. What kind of conversations would you have? Take your time, Sofina. Just as a note, to all these speakers who are going to speak today, you have a chance to win some cash prizes. So do volunteer if you have the chance, because we will also be evaluating you after the table topic speech, and you can find out what you did right and find out what you did wrongly and what you can improve based on your speech, table topic speech today.
Can I start now?
Yes, go ahead, Sofina.
Okay.
Good luck.
So, thank you. If I could imagine communicating with an alien, I would love to know about the environment in where they live, because I am like environmental. I care much about the environment, so I would love to know how the environment of their living, and then how they live their life, what they do in every daily life, what kind of food that they eat, and what I'm curious to know what do they think about humans, and Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna talk about if I have the chance to communicate with an alien.
All right. Thank you, Sofina. Thank you, Sofina, for your answer. I have a lot of environmentalist friends, and I'm sure that they would ask the same things. And I know that all environmentalists are great people. So thank you, Sofina. Next up, does anyone want to volunteer? I think we have about 2 topics left. And again, you would be able to win cash prizes. No volunteers? All right, let me call it a name. Peijing, are you in the chat? Peijing?
Yes.
All right, Peijing. All right, are you ready to receive your table topic speech?
Yes.
All right, good luck. Your table topic speech is: behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. Go ahead, Peijing.
Behind every successful man, there is a woman. As being a female, I would say that this is very meaningful to us because we felt that we are being respected, and especially at this in this era, we actually celebrate International Women's Day every 8th of March. This is to look at how important women to the society and to a family and to a man also. And we can see that women that they spend a lot of time to their family, they take care of family, and also for some women they actually work, and at the same time they have to take care of their family. And some of the traits of women, they are being more careful and meticulous to certain stuff, which I would say, and this is actually important to a man because it supports them when they are busy for their work.
Are you finished, Peijing?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Great try. If I was given that prompt or topic, I would never be able to do it because I am not a successful man, nor am I a woman. So that was amazing from you, Peijing. Thank you. All right, so we want one more volunteer. I think this is the last topic, and I believe this topic is probably the most interesting. And this is the last topic, so anyone who would like to volunteer? Last one. Any volunteers? Seeing none, I might have to end the table topic session a bit early. Let me call out some names. Let me try. Luke, are you there, Luke? L-U-K-E, Luke, are you there? All right, so no volunteers. Jack, are you there? Jack? This is your last try, Jack. All right, seeing no volunteers, and when I call out some names, no one actually unmuted their mic. Let's move on to the next session. But before we move on to the next session, I believe there is a poll that we will have. So there will be a poll up on the screen. So please vote for who you thought out of the 9 participants today, who was probably the best speaker. So I think the poll should be up soon. Give me 1 second while our alarms.
Later I will send the poll later.
Oh, later. Okay. In a bit then. All right. So if that's the case, let's go on to the evaluation and the feedback. So we've prepared 2 evaluators today to evaluate the speeches. There are amazing Toastmasters that have paid a lot of attention to your speeches, and they will help you improve by telling you what they liked about your speech, and finally, they will tell you what you could improve in future speeches. So Kamun and Patricia, please go ahead and evaluate. Let's start with Kamun. Kamun?
Thank you so much. One as an MC, Toastmaster 1. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all 9 speakers because it is not easy to take up table topics, and you have actually taken the first step in delivering a speech in front of the virtual audience. So a round of applause for everyone. So as I mentioned, as the MC has already mentioned, I'll evaluate the first 5 speakers, and then Patricia will evaluate the next 4 speakers. So let's start. First speaker for today is Kenneth. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Now, what I like about Kenneth is he picked a very clear topic which is relatable to the audience, which is, as he knows the target audience really well, which is US students. So he picked the topic which is very relatable, which is talking about e-proctoring. Well, I'm from past UM, so I don't know what is e-proctoring, but nonetheless, he did very well in relating. So he has very organized structure. He actually elaborates on the different abilities of students. So very well done on that. And it gives something that the audience, that what are the different types of students that we have, and he elaborates very clearly. So there's a very clear organized structure. One thing to elevate even better, Kenneth, to improve is to have a take-home message. So what do you want us to act on after listening to your speech? Or what is the action that you want us to do after listening to you? Or maybe what is the moral values that you want the audience to learn? So put that at the ending and you have a very strong structure and you have a very strong speech for us to remember. So great job on that attempt, Kenneth. Next one is Mr. Lukman. Would you prefer MCO or no MCO? Lukman is a very energetic speaker, if you realize that. He has a very strong voice, and the voice actually can command the attention of everyone. So that is a very clear strength with you. And you actually use gestures, which I noticed that you use pointing, which is a very strong gesture to emphasize a certain idea that you want the audience to have. So great use of gestures over there. And I guess that you're a lawyer, is it? Because you use the phrase, I rest my case. Is it true, Lukman? I'm not so sure, but I guess that you're a lawyer. So one thing that you can improve is to actually, sometimes when you have too much energy, when you try to command, you need time to slow down. So you don't want to bombard the energy too much with everyone when it's too energetic, and the audience might get like a little afraid. So to quote what Ben said about politicians have moments where they will bombard you with facts, but at the same time, they will calm you down to encourage you, to reassure you that you must vote for me. So one of the things you can do is actually to pause and slow down your pacing. Slowly enunciate each word clearly so that every one of us can actually listen to your points one by one, very clear. My goodness, I'm red already. Okay, third speaker is Biman. What is the one piece of advice you want to tell your younger self? I like your face. The way you smile when you deliver speeches is very good because it shows that you are calm and you are very happy to deliver your speech. And you answer the question clearly, which is to enjoy the life to your fullest, which you answer the question directly and you actually tell with us about what do you mean by life. And you have a very sweet voice, I realize that. Okay. One thing that I would like to help you to incorporate to improve, which is to share more personal stories. So you mentioned that enjoy your life to the fullest. How do you do it for yourself? And how you do it even better for the audience to actually know about, for us to know about yourself even more. So share a little bit of story of what happened to yourself. Maybe you learn a new instrument, or you go for exercise, you improve yourself. So these are the things that you can share to actually make us more connected to you. So great job on that, Verman. So very good effort. Next speaker is Resmi. What is the strangest thing you ever done in someone else's home? So I like your conversational style of delivering speeches. You tell us a story. So you share with us a story that happened with you, which is you cook and you forgot to put salt, and that action of putting salt is actually a twist there. So it's very unexpected and it keeps me in attention as your